Your ideal life starts today. With Smart Postpaid, get more data and only 5G. And more entertainment with Netflix on Us. And a new Max Mobile subscription included. Starting at $9.99. Subscribe now.
Technology moves the world, and we move technology closer to you. MEC Networks, 30 years of technology distribution.
Education is fast evolving. Are we prepared to guide the next generation? For 28 years, Senko has been at the forefront of technology. As pioneers, we've empowered schools, teachers, and students with Apple. Trusted by over 100 schools, empowering thousands of students and teachers. Through the Senko Schools Network, we bring together educators, schools, and cutting-edge technology to create innovative learning experiences and shape the future of education. Be part of our Senko Schools Network. Together, we create meaningful learning environments with Apple.
Hinasa ang kakayahan sa mundo na kinasanayan.
Cut! Walang impact!
Hinatak ang galing sa spotlight na sa'yo lang.
Again!
Huwag papipigil kahit sarili ang kalaban.
Cut! Kulang pa eh.
Pilit na lagpasan, galing na pinaghirapan.
Just take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Aged in oak barrels for that sweet caramel rum taste.
Great! You've always had it. Take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Drink responsibly.
To come back from defeat. Vengeance! For these two teams, of course, Grace Goodfellow PHARMA, laban dito sa St. Stephen SCAG. Muli po, Benji Santiago, Coach Anton de los Reyes. Tuloy ang bakbakan dito on a Friday night sa Tanduay Gym. At yung binabanggit nga natin, mga daman-daman nila yung kanilang huling pagkatalo respectively. Because right now, as you can see, St. Stephen with their first defeat. Laban nga dun sa Xavier Acro City Sioux. At eto na mga panig ng Goodfellow PHARMA. Natalo naman ito laban sa St. Peter, which they felt they could have won that ball game. Pero ganun talaga eh, di ba? May nananalo, may natatalo. Hindi po eleksyon to eh. Na may nananalo at may nadadaya.
But again, both of these teams coming off losses, so no doubt they want to be able to bounce back from those defeats. You mentioned itong Goodfellow PHARMA lost to St. Peter the Apostle 76-82. That was back in May the 9th. Ito naman St. Stephen High School lost to Xavier School 68-80 back on the 12th of May.
I just would like to make mention yung ating first game kanina. It was really close. And Tiongse Academy was able to survive itong Philippine Changkwang and earned their second victory dito, of course, sa ating FCAAI. And this also is going to be making a promise of a ball game that's going to be a thriller. At least, yun ang ina-expect ng marami. And GS Gilbert Sanidad ng Grace Goodfellow PHARMA is matched up against Christian Luanzon. Look at his numbers. Humaba na rito para sa dalawang players na to.
May steals na. Look at that. 13-12, 3-5 for GS. 18-7 and 18-7-7-1. So again, both of these players complete games all around. So it's going to be a beauty. It's going to be a treat to watch.
But who's going to be more motivated? We're just going to be taking a break. And this much anticipated game is going to happen after this break.
We are live in Tanduay Gymnasium. There's a Fil-Chi Athletics Association 40s division between Grace Christian College, Good Fil-Pharma, and St. Stephen High School, SCAG. And now introducing the starting lineup for Grace Christian College. Starting at point guard, number 1, Tanduay. Starting at 2 guard, number 3, Francis Teo. Starting out forward, number 7, Alvin Lim. At the other forward position, number 4, Alan Chan. And starting at center, number 8, Alex Lau. And coaches coach Nino Sia. And now the starting lineup for St. Stephen High School. Starting at point guard, number 27, Arthur Teo. Starting at 2 guard, number 5, Franklin Lee. Starting out forward, number 1, Jefferson Ong. At the other forward position, number 13, Jasper Gall. And starting at center, number 24, Christian Lonzor. And coaches coach Goldwyn Midleverde.
And taking a look at our starters here para sa Grace Goodfellow Pharma, Dunhill D, Francis Chu, Alan Tan, Alvin Lim, and Alex Lau. And over at the other side, Jeff Ong, Franklin Lee, Jasper Go, Christian Luanzon, and Arthur Chu para sa panig naman yan ng St. Stephen SCAG. Welcome once again. We continue with so much more of the action. And whatever is left of your Friday, dito nyo na ibuhos. May Saturday naman bukas eh yun.
Samahan na nila tayo para sa marquee matchup.
Yep, that's right. Totoo.
Dalawang teams sa ating FCAAI 40s division.
Sino ba talaga makikipaglundagan dito? Parang ayaw ni Christian Luanzon. Pero ikaw na nandyan eh. Oo, matched up against Alex Lau. That was the Grace Goodfellow Pharma. And here we go, first possession para rito sa panig ng Grace Goodfellow Pharma. Alan Tan. Dunhill D trying to create the separation, did not make an attempt. Shot clock going down, 3 seconds remaining. Alan Tan lets it fly. And Dunhill D ends up in a basketball. It's an offensive rebound. Tough mama. Nobody's tough like mama. It's tough to get the first basket here in this ball game. Alan Tan with a miss.
0 for 2 to start para dito sa Grace Christian College, Goodfellow Pharma.
Now it's the turn of St. Stephen SCAG. The first crack at the basket here, Christian Luanzon. Shot clock also going down, and there you go. Nabuksan ang scoring dito with St. Stephen SCAG. And that's a three-pointer.
On Franklin Lee.
Spalding, official ball of FCAAI. Alan Tan. Shot clock once again going down. Alan Tan. Nope, it bounced out.
0 for 3 for Alan Tan. They're looking for him early here in this ball game.
Christian Luanzon decides for the pass. Another hit from the three. Same spot, same result here for St. Stephen SCAG.
This time, St. Stephen High School starting hot, not wasting any time putting points on the board.
Franklin Lee making it a 6-0 start for St. Stephen. Agripares, 3-point shot of the game. The extra pass, finding the open man. One assist already para kay Christian Luanzon. Franklin Lee has got 6 points in the game. Offensive foul ang naitawag sa Goodfellow Pharma na Grace.
It's on Dunhill D getting caught warding off or pushing off on offense.
Arthur Chu setting up the play. Pasensyoso lang ba talaga opensa ng St. Stephen, but it's producing great results. Here comes another three. Couldn't knock it down. And Alex Lau comes down with the rebound. Still on the hunt for their first production here in this game. Francis Chu. They go Alan Tan, who missed already 3 attempts. Dunhill D. He goes for the three. And it turned out to be an air ball. Arthur Chu. Christian trying to draw near. There was the foul. And there's going to be continuation in that play. 2 3-pointers. Tapos itong pause and play, power play. And it's a 3-point play in the offing here for St. Stephen SCAG.
How about that move by Christian Luanzon? Kobe-esque, if you ask me. Pag spin and then back to the baseline for that turnaround. Grace Christian College. Yung malamig ang simula. 0 for 5 to start. Christian Luanzon in their last game, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, pero 35% shooting lang. So he's got to hike up that shooting percentage.
Natapunan silang lahat ni Joseph Yu at that time.
10 ba naman yung pinakawalang tres?
Albert Chu lobs it inside, and Alex Lau is fouled in the act, and this will be that chance for them to get their first point or points in this first quarter. Two for two for Alex Lau, who delivers the first 2 points of Grace Goodfellow Pharma.
That's what Albert Chua brings to the ball game once he enters. More stability, more chances for his teammates to get touches.
From Sat Floater, offensive rebound. Christian Luanzon goes inside, and Arthur Chu is fouled. He's going to be at the line to shoot 2 free throws.
A couple of offensive rebounds for Christian Luanzon, crashing the boards early, working the offensive glass to get those extra possessions for his team.
Up 7 as of the moment on St. Stephen.
Arthur Chu in their last game, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, but only shot 28%. That's a pretty low percentage.
2 missed free throws by Arthur Chu, and here's Albert Chua against Patterson Ngo. Alan Tan, his 4th miss from the field.
To start this game, 0 for 6 on Grace Christian College.
Turnover of St. Stephen SCAG. They lead by 7, 9-2 is our count. Jiangnan, timeout. Only 2 points to show for it so far, and no field goals yet for Grace Goodfellow Pharma. Meanwhile, St. Stephen SCAG still feeling that loss that they had against Josephio.
Josephio and
38 points yun eh. 10-3 ang ipinasok ni Josephio.
and mind you, those 10 3-pointers, hindi yun volume eh. I mean, towards the end na lang.
Yes. Summit, the official drinking water of FCAAI.
Those 3-pointers came in succession. Diba?
Yes.
There was one stretch. 3. He hit 3 consecutive after missing his first. He made 3 consecutive.
Alantan trying to get closer. It's another miss from him. And here comes Christian Luanson. The stop and pop tries to bank it in. Who ends up with the basketball for a little while. Awak na ni Alex Lau na wala pa.
Leather not being friendly to the side of Grace Goodfellow Pharma.
Alex Lau will go to the bench. Oliver Lau in his place. And Hildy has not made any dent here. Just to try to cut. That's a long 2.
Yep, that's again Franklin Lee.
Albert Chua against Patterson. Go. They go Dexter Kuan.
Bit too aggressive to want to get that ball back with Franklin Lee.
5:18 to play here in the first quarter. Another Jiangnan timeout has been called. And of course, the huddle, nitong Grace Goodfellow Pharma, they want to be able to make the necessary adjustment, and they want somebody to take over their offense basically here in the first period. Wala pa ring field goals.
Wala pa. Again, 0 for 6 for the side of Grace Goodfellow Pharma. Very uncharacteristic for them to be starting. But let's credit the defense of St. Stephen's High School. Hindi lang naman basta-basta yan.
Yep. Ilan na yung mintis si Alantan?
5. He's 0 for 5.
Charles Albert Chua to Albert Chua. Alantan has it. Albert Chua once again. Try to go Dexter Kuan. Oliver Lau. Bola na. Tuloy na para dito sa St. Stephen. Christian Luanson against Dexter Kuan. Shot clock down to 7. And throws it away.
Christian Luanson was expecting Patterson to be free dun sa left wing, but Patterson was already going back. I mean, seemed like he was already going back on defense.
Franklin Lee, that's a second. Yes, that's Shane gumagawa. Siya pa may dalawang fouls, and this is just the first quarter.
You can't afford to not have Franklin Lee for the majority of this game. You have to nurse those 2 fouls.
Oliver Lau underneath. The jump hook, and that's their first field goal for Grace Goodfellow Pharma.
Finally getting a field goal inside is Oliver Lau.
So the Lau brothers, sila pa lamang umi-score para sa Grace Goodfellow Pharma. Kanina Alex Lau with his 2 free throws. Patterson Ngo. Christian Lewanson against Dexter Guan. Fires the 3. It's a miss. Albert Chua throws a long pass to Charles Albert Chua, who could not finish. Arthur Chu defending him well that time. Christian Lewanson. Arthur Chu. Andres. Long and strong that time. And may tulakan ba sa rebound play?
I can say that's against it's going to be on Ryan Ching. Ryan Ching in their last game was not able to score.
Coach Gold. Tumayo.
Bihira yan.
Bihirang tumayo yan si Coach Goldwyn. Now obviously, he's just wondering why is Dexter Guan at the line. But could not knock down if that's a technical. It's Rego, Joey Dada. Tulong sila sa Grace. Both teams were already in penalty, so that was a loose ball foul, and that's why Dexter Guan was able to make 1 of 2 from the line. 11-4 is our count, and it's another Jiangnan timeout.
Umpisa pa lang ng araw, grind na agad. Grind dito, grind dyan. All day grind. At sa araw-araw na hustle, marami kang may encounter na hassle. Hinga muna, kasama ang Embassy Whiskey. May smooth oaky flavor na smooth ang hagod as you unwind from a long day grind. Chill muna tayo with Embassy Whiskey.
Technology moves the world. And we move technology closer to you. MEC Networks. 30 years of technology distribution.
Both teams already in the penalty, 3 minutes and 43. So many whistles have already been blown here in the first quarter of action. 11-5 para sa St. Stephen SCAG. Yung scorer nila si Franklin Lee picking up 2 personal fouls here in the first quarter. He has to sit down. And I do believe wala si Gilbert Sanidad or si GS para dito sa ball game na ito.
It was a late whistle by our officials. That's why
Dexter Guan, di ba? Nagulat eh. He's guarding Christian Lewanson. Arthur Chu looks it up. Trying to save it and keep it in play, but unfortunately it will go the other way for St. Stephen SCAG.
the offense on the side of St. Stephen's this time sila naman yung nahihirapan.
Coach Nino Sia. They had to regroup. Yun nga lang talaga eh. No? Most probably vengeance is too heavy a word. Regroup na lang.
regroup.
Albert Chua. And this is the other Alvin Lim para sa panig ng Grace. Kasi alam ko, dalawa sila dyan eh, di ba?
Yes, Alvin, you have Alvin Brian Lim, which is this gentleman at the line, and yung isa naman Alvin Noel
Lim.
But at that time, nice play by, ito naman, hindi si Albert Chua, pero si Charles Chua, dumping that ball down low to Alvin Brian Lim.
Wow. penalty. Oliver Lau was whistled for a foul.
Hook daw.
And it's Christian Luanzon who will be shooting free throws here. Naisahan mo ko, sabi siguro ni Oli Lau dito kay Christian Luanzon. Naisahan mo ko, brother. Short on the first. Basta kumakamay sa kanya si Oli Lau. Parang the other night naman, ano, si Ken Bono, kinakamayan yung nagpiporito sa kalab. Eh, walang kumakamay sa kampi. Siya na lang lumapit.
Gamesmanship nga naman.
12-5 para sa St. Stephen. Alvin Lim. Arthur Chu dribbles it dun sa guhit.
Again, going to the corner and then finding your teammates underneath.
Albert Chua goes for the long inbound. Charles Albert Chua against Christian Luanzon. They go Albert Chua, pops it inside. And Jefferson D caught in the land of the Giants.
Oh. Nothing he could do but to push off to try and stop that offense. Eh, yung matatapat nga naman sa'yo, Oliver Lau.
Pareho na nga nasa penalty. That's why there are lots of free throws being taken here. We still have 2 minutes and 40.
6 points, 8 rebounds, 30% shooting for Oliver Lau in their game against St. Peter the Apostle School.
2 for 2 in that trip to the line. 5-point ball game. Jefferson T is up against Charles Albert Chua. Jefferson T, where does he go to? Sa corner. Oliver Lau with the rebound, and here's Albert Chua. Dexter Kwan. The step back jumper hits the top of the backboard. Alvin Lim for a little while had it, pero quick hands to the part of Christian Luanzon. Jefferson T goes cross court. An open look for a three. Arthur Chu knocks it down.
Arthur Chu making them pay. Hand down, man down. Great ball movement, great recognition to find Arthur Chu free on the right wing.
Something that's working out pretty well, the three-point shooting. And of course, those quick hands para sa part ng St. Stephen. Good save by Arthur Chu. Jefferson T lost it. Dexter Kwan could not control it.
Nice two-man action from Christian Luanzon and Jefferson T. Ganda na nung role ni Christian Luanzon. Just couldn't get that pocket pass to him.
Lloyd Ong is in the game right now for the first time para sa Grace Goodfellow Pharma.
That's for some added firepower.
Patterson, leisurely taking a three.
You gotta put your hand up. That time Patterson realizing that the defense wasn't challenging him enough, pulling up for that three.
They're 4 of 8 from beyond the arc. 0 of 3 on Grace Goodfellow Pharma. Albert Chua. Traveling. The other Alvin Lim.
Yes, this is the Alvin Noel Lim.
Kapapasok pa lamang, committing a turnover. Alantan comes back to replace Dexter Kwan. Nine seconds to make a basket, and pa yung 9 seconds kung tutusin.
Jasper Go had that lane free to him to get that deuce.
Alantan is fouled, penalty, and an opportunity for Alantan to get his first production here in this ball game from the free throw line.
Really cold
Oh,
here in the game for Alan Anson Tan. Again, very uncharacteristic for him.
missing both free throws. Lead is 13 para sa St. Stephen SCAG. Difference of 3 seconds, game clock and shot clock. Spin, lumusot for Patterson Ngo.
Putting his defender on a blender and getting that 2 to fall.
Floyd Ong, that's his specialty. He makes his first attempt, and that's a three-pointer. A dozen-point advantage being enjoyed here by St. Stephen SCAG. The 4 three-pointers really making a big difference. And that's how they started this ball game. Franklin Lee. It's like automatic for Franklin Lee. Just be in the right place. And Christian Lewanson will have to do more. But he's doing plenty of things for St. Stephen. Oliver Lau will try to sustain everything as with regards to the offense. Look at that. Arthur Chu bearing a 3. They're ahead by 12.
The night opens up to those who open up to it. The spontaneous, the curious, the unexpected. Open up to your new best memories with Tanduay flavored mixes. Drink responsibly.
Welcome back, and this is now the second quarter of action. 12 points down on Grace Goodfellow Pharma. And the outside sniping somehow has been clicking para sa St. Stephen SCAG. What other factors do we have to consider after the first 10 minutes, Coach Anton?
The biggest factor we're going to consider is the fact that 1 for 10 to start after for dito sa Grace Christian College. And you know, if you're going to be shooting 2 out of 11 in the first for 18%, I mean, that's going to be tough for you to be able to come back or at least get a lead.
Toss and play, power play with Jasper Go, his second basket. And this is a three-point play, could not complete it. Missing the bonus. Ron Lim missing the layup. Jefferson D throws a long pass. Nice catch, unable to finish. Second try. Yun lang. Patterson Ngo having his way inside.
Bumit-bit pa and then got the offensive rebound.
Dunhill D. Alvin Lim bothered right there.
Great defense for Ace Lee inside. Pinapahirapan nila yung bigs ng Goodfellow Pharma.
And realizing na wala pang tres Yun, para sa Grace parang walang threat from that area for Grace. Knockout play na nga lang. Ayaw pa. And a delayed whistle. But indeed, there was a foul. And this will mean Chloe Dong will be shooting free throws.
That's just nice action for the side of Grace. As you see from the corner, Dunhill D popping out. Nung wala dun, you see the curl of Chloe Dong on the weak side. And then getting that pass. Di nga lang niya na-convert. Pero yun, may foul na nakuha.
Pasok yung unang free throw ni Chloe Ong. He's got 5 points coming off the bench here.
Chloe Ong in their last game, 9 points, 50% shooting.
Jefferson T! Jefferson 3 kagad!
Oh, and we know Jefferson T can knock down those 3-pointers. Yan ang specialty niya para dito sa St. Stephen's.
Mahirap ang exchange rate dito para sa Grace Goodfellow Pharma eh. Kung baka dos man sila, tres yung kapalit sa kabila eh.
They're saying there's a blocking foul.
Jefferson T. I'm just wondering, what's he doing in that shaded area? He's the smallest player on the court, no?
He was there to help out. Kay, believe that wasn't shooting. Sa baba lang yun. He was there to help out on Alan Anson Tan underneath, on that shaded area.
Dunhill D. Shot that down to 7. Alan Tan from the outside. And that's to consider his first basket in the game.
That's a 3-pointer at that. Something you don't see that often.
And also the first para sa Grace Goodfellow Pharma. Christian Luanson. 10-second shot clock to work on here for St. Stephen SCAG on the move. Christian Luanson. They go corner. Managing to get an offensive rebound. Jasper go underneath.
After that swing, you see the ball movement para dito sa St. Stephen High School. Getting that ball to the corner, taking that shot off of the weak side, that offensive board. Jasper Go doing a great job.
Dunhill D is up against Arthur Chu. Takes a lot of time to execute the play for Grace Goodfellow Pharma, and Alan Tan forced to take it from the outside, and it's a good thing. Back-to-back 3-pointers for Alan Tan.
That's a bright spot for him after starting 0 for 5. Ngayon, 2 out of 7 na siya. 3-pointers pa yung dalawa dun.
He's got a lot of making up to do after 0 back in the first period. Agripares 3-point shot of the game. Alan Tan, but that's his shot. Especially yung ganun kataas yung loop arcing shot na yan.
Rainbow of a 3-pointer.
Even when there's no rain, there's a rainbow. Huh?
Yes.
even at night. Oh, wow.
About that, Taffy Lim, one dribble pull-up.
That's his first attempt.
Yes.
And then the steal here, Jasper Go. Unable to finish though. Nandun si Christian Luanson somehow. And he's fouled by Dunhill D. Fellow Pharma That's the last foul that they could give up here in the second period. Look at this, 6:35 pa natitira. Ron Lim will be replaced by Albert Chua. (31-18) is our count. Christian Luanson.
It's not that we're surprised that St. Stephen is up by 31 or by 31-18, pero yung Goodfellow, the way they started this game, medyo mabagal talaga.
Off-ball contact here. Could be against Aisley. So take a look at Coach Rego. Helping out si Coach Nino Sia para sa side ng Grace Goodfellow Pharma.
I think it's on Ryan Ching.
Ryan Ching ang tinawagan. So right now, St. Stephen still has a foul to give. Alan Tan turns, floats it up, doesn't drop.
Nice defense by Ryan Ching.
Arthur Chu. Albert Chua, napakialaman yung play, breaking it up, tries a pass, and touch last by St. Stephen. 5:55 here in the second period. St. Stephen enjoying this 31-18 lead going into this Jiangnan timeout. As we take a look at this, I do believe there is a challenge. And who touched that ball last? This is a better angle. Mas malapit. Bola nga ito ng Grace. Coach Goldwyn, hindi makapag-relax.
They overturned that.
Yes.
And, indeed, it was Dunhill D who touched it. Couldn't handle that outlet pass from Albert Chua.
So it turned out to be a good challenge. Valentine, ball knocked out of his hands. It's going to be offense here para sa Grace Goodfellow Pharma.
Cut for that mid-range. Couldn't knock it down. So
MEC, empowering people through technology. Albert Chua. Try to scoop it up. Hindi mahawakan ni Oliver Lau. Not exactly sure if that was a shot or a pass intended for Oliver Lau. Nevertheless, they turned it over.
Yeah. Looked like a layup to me, but Albert Chua was asking for a foul, so could have gotten fouled there as well.
6 turnovers against Grace and 3 para rito sa St. Stephen. Christian Luanson might have gotten away with a little shove against Albert Chua. Kasi Albert Chua naman, most probably trying to sell the call. Wala eh.
Wala, hindi tinawagan.
So take it Alan Tan with a miss. Arthur Chu. Right now, is he gonna go all the way? I was just about to say, napaganda pa nung nabitawan eh, ni Arthur Chu. Christian Luanson missing the 3. Alan Tan is fouled.
So Alantan making it strong to the hole, trying to get those points.
Angry Pares, 3-point shot of the game from Christian Luanson. Alantan now making sure about his free throws. He's got 7 points so far, but all happening here in the second quarter. 2 for 2.
There you go. Alan Anson-Tan, 13 points, 9 rebounds in their last game, 66% from the field.
14-point advantage para sa St. Stephen SCAG, and another 3. Arthur Chu. That's their 7th here in the first half. Cantigo elevate the game with Cantigo Sports.
Not working is that 3-point shot for Grace Christian College, Goodfellow Pharma.
Pero na silang tatlo. Sa 7.
Yep. And you look at the rebound disparity, 23 to 13. That's plus 10 for St. Stephen's High School.
Dagdagan pa.
Ayun. Plus 11 na.
Arthur Chu. Christian Luanson, difficult angle from the baseline. And here's Grace. Alan Tan. Oh, lost the basketball, and Christian Luanson was right there. He's running all over the place.
They followed Albert Chua. Chicago sorry misses from the side of Grace. Sayang yung fast break na yan. Nasa kamay na ni Alan Anson-Tan. Wala lang.
Arthur Chu at the line. He's got 6 points. Lechery, where beauty meets wellness. Sabi mo kay Doc.
Punta kami sa La Cherie, no? Pa-pedicure. Manicure, pedicure.
Alex Lau returns to the floor here to replace his brother, Oliver Lau.
Got Dexter Kwan as well, and Alvin Brian Lim. Palitan talaga ng tao.
Ito na yung pinakamalaking lamang.
Yan.
This is now a 19-point advantage for St. Stephen SCAG.
I thought you were gonna say, ito na yung pinakamalaking lineup ng Grace. Kasi ang lalaki nga talaga
Lalaki.
nung ano nila.
Yeah.
Front court.
Kaya talaga, being dealt their first defeat. Josephio firing 10 3-pointers, making all of them. Yun sumira. Kahit malalaki kayo dyan, diyan kayo magbakbakan sa loob. Dito lang ako sa labas. And now, yung 3-pointers, hindi naman ma-utilize nitong Grace.
Grace, that's correct.
They only have 3 3-pointers made so far. Here comes another 3. Almost getting it done, pero right now, Albert Chua bringing it down after the Alex Lau rebound. Albert Chua bothered Arthur Chu. Trying to rush their offense right there. Frustrates Albert Chua, feeling there was lots of contact, more than a couple of times already when he drives to the basket. Pero, tiyang ng timeout muna tayo.
Powerhouse Tools, established in 2009 by Hopsui Hardware Company Incorporated, is a trusted provider of high-quality tools and equipment for professionals and enthusiasts alike. With a diverse product catalog, Powerhouse Tools is committed to delivering reliability, durability, and performance at competitive prices.
Up 19, and of course, ang Grace Goodfellow Pharma is trying to overhaul this largest deficit that they are in right now. It's still 2 minutes and 41 here in the first half. Ron Lim is back on the floor to replace Albert Chua, getting frustrated. Baka mawala sa focus. Might as well just give him a rest to cool down for a little bit. Pero yun nga, talaga size advantage para sa St. Stephen. Ron Lim. Alvin Lim shoots a three. It's short. Ganun lang one shot at a time. Yun ang binibigay ng St. Stephen.
They're controlling the boards, making sure that there are no extra possessions for Grace Christian College.
Can Dunhill D make this? Ang bilis din bumaba sa depensa na St. Stephen
They're reacting really well on defense. Talking about St. Stephen's High School, talagang gusto nilang bumawi.
In an earlier play, yung Alantan, di ba? That could have been a gimme basket, pero nakasunod sa kanya si Christian Luanzon.
Made sure na it wasn't going to be easy. No easy baskets, no easy points for Grace Christian College.
Ngayon lang ba umupo si Coach Goldwyn? As these two coaches here, Rego and Inyusia, and the officials are talking to them.
It was on that previous play that Rodrigo was talking about. Well, that's a clear foul. You can see it. Arthur Chu, his wrist hit by Ron Lim. But it was the play prior to that. Medyo sinasabi ng assistant coach or ng coaching staff Grace Christian College na mga foul daw na hindi tinatawagan.
Likely for Arthur Chu to miss 2 free throws. Arthur Chu has 8 points and 10 rebounds.
What a game for Arthur Chu.
And basically, he's playing point there, no? For St. Steve. A laking point dito. Inside, that's going to be a foul here against Alan Ong. And penalty na nga pareho, Alex Lau. He's only got 2 points so far. His free throws, their first 2 points in this game. Pinilig si Jasper Go para sa panig ng St. Stephen. Yung mga missed free throws pa para sa Grace Goodfellow Pharma. They're shooting 9 of 17.
I mean, when you think about it, 50% of your free throws, okay na yan, but that's the bare minimum. But you gotta get more than that. We say the bare minimum, obviously you want to be able to jack it up to about 75, 80%.
Up 18, St. Stephen. Arthur Chu. Nakawakan ni Christian Luanzon.
Iba yung trajectory doon, kaya hindi nakuha ni Christian Luanzon. Nice defense by
Lim. He fires. Unable to score. Offensive rebound here. Alvin Lim.
Nice transition offense for St. Stephen High School. That's clockwork.
Kaya nga. Jasper Go coming up with another basket. Alex Lau just threw it up right there. Christian Luanson grabbing his 7th rebound here in the first half. He's also got 7 points as they lead their largest right now at 20. And then that 3-pointer, and that's the 8th here in the first half for St. Stephen. 8 of 16, 50% from beyond the arc.
It's a very high clip from the 3-point area.
Samantalang itong Grace ni 3-point play. It's not happening for them.
This time attacking the basket, getting caught up, getting hung up on that screen. That's why he was able to get inside. Talking about Ron Lim.
Ron Lim will be given a chance to get himself on the board here. There you go. He's also got 3 assists. At that time remaining 18.9 seconds here in the first half. 2 for 2 for Ron Lim. Albert Chua. It's back.
Try to get a quality possession here, talking about St. Stephen's High School, just to be able to carry over that momentum, to continue that momentum over to the third quarter, the second half of action.
Pinalik pa si Franklin Lee, no? May dalawang fouls. Tapos na itong ating second quarter. Going for the last shot, Christian Luanson. Arthur 2, Jefferson D. Ball movement. And the way they're executing it very well. Patience, trying to find the open teammate. And their precision with their shooting. Those 3-point shots. The way it has happened back in the first quarter, that was the killer para sa panig ng St. Stephen. Alan Tan might be able to come up with more points needed. It's like the go-to guy, Christian Luanson, is basically Mr. Everything here for St. Stephen.
And that's the end of the first half with a score 23 to 47. St. Stephen High School. Sports Coach Athletic Association and Tanduay Athletics would like to thank the following: PG Flexinolia, Cellboy, Jiang Non Hakon, not your ordinary Hakon, Triangle Tires, BYD Valenzuela, Powerhouse.
2009 by Hop-Sui Hardware Company Incorporated is a trusted provider of high-quality tools and equipment for professionals and enthusiasts alike. With a diverse product catalog, Powerhouse Tools is committed to delivering reliability, durability, and performance at competitive prices.
Your ideal life starts today. With Smart Postpaid, get more data and only 5G. And more entertainment with Netflix on Us. And a new Max Mobile subscription included. Starting at $9.99. Subscribe now.
Technology moves the world. And we move technology closer to you. MEC Networks. 30 years of technology distribution.
This is our count, and this is the largest lead being enjoyed by St. Stephen SCAG, 47-23. At ito yung mga story numbers. By the way, this is the Lamtex halftime stats.
You know, looking at the field goals, very striking or very glaring is that 15%, 4 out of 26 para di sa Goodfellow Pharma. Doing a great job on defense. Etong St. Stephen High School, we're gonna give them that. Pero sa kanila din, no, on defense, they're doing it really well. Pero yung opensa nila, tignan mo naman yung 3-point shooting, 9 out of 17, that's 52%. And then for the side of Goodfellow Pharma, hindi gumagana yung loob. Pero yung sa labas din, wala silang makuha. That's 3 out of 8. Free throws, 4 out of 10. Okay lang yan because yung 3-pointers nga ng St. Stephen's pumapasok. So they're not gonna be attacking the basket as much. Assists, 6 to 8. St. Stephen in favor of that. Turnovers, both with 6. So they are taking care of that leather. It's just a matter of Goodfellow Pharma finding that rhythm on offense.
Let's see kung sino ang mga bida sa ating first half. Christian Luanson, the only guy in double figures, already with 10. Arthur 2, meron siyang 8. Franklin Lee with his 8. And Patterson Ngo with 7. Jasper Go with 6. Habol mo pa dyan si Jefferson T dahil nakadalawang 3 din yun. 6 yun. Alan Tan with his 8 points. Cloyd Ong with 5. Oliver Lau with 4. Alex Lau with 3. And Ron Lim with 2. So hindi pa natin nakikita dyan gumagawa si Albert Chua. Alan Tan 8-4-0 against Christian Luanson 10-7-1. Kung yan ang pagbabasihan lang sa score, close. Kaso hindi yan eh. It's the rest of the guys para sa St. Stephen. Well, we're going to be taking a break. When we come back, it's going to be the second half of action.
Education is fast evolving. Are we prepared to guide the next generation? For 28 years, Senko has been at the forefront of technology. As pioneers, we've empowered schools, teachers, and students with Apple. Trusted by over 100 schools, empowering thousands of students and teachers. Through the Senko Schools Network, we bring together educators, schools, and cutting-edge technology to create innovative learning experiences and shape the future of education. Be part of our Senko Schools Network. Together, we create meaningful learning environments with Apple.
Hinasa ang kakayahan sa mundo na kinasanayan.
Cut! Walang impact!
Hinatak ang galing sa spotlight na sa'yo lang.
Again!
Huwag papipigil kahit sarili ang kalaban.
Cut! Kulang pa eh.
Pilit na lagpasan, galing na pinaghirapan.
Just take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Aged in oak barrels for that sweet caramel rum taste.
Great! You've always had it. Take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Drink responsibly.
As we enter the third quarter of action, welcome to the second half. Once again, ito po ang Fil-Chi Athletic Association Incorporated, FCAAI. Benji Santiago, Coach Anton de los Reyes. This ball game between Grace Goodfellow Pharma and St. Stephen's SCAG. So safe pala sabihin, SCAG or SCAG, okay lang?
Okay lang daw.
Yeah. May isang talo ang St. Stephen's SCAG. Cruz Washong na lang ang natitirang undefeated. Arthur Tew floats it up and drops. At dagdag pa sa malaking lamang, which has reached this point. 26-point advantage already para sa St. Stephen's SCAG.
The shot of Arthur Tew, yung mga no, yes. Okay lang.
May halo pa swerte, no? Kita mo yung
talbog namatay.
Yung Jefferson T kanina, di ba? Last say. Ni-review, tagal ka eh. Parang sabi, nagdududa pa ba kayo kay Jefferson T? Yan lang naman talaga tira niya.
Dead shot from 3.
Yes. Dexter Kuan. They had more free throws. They're missing a lot of them.
Yeah. Nung halftime, we talked about it. No? They were 12 out of 20. That's because they like to go inside. Talking about itong Grace Goodfellow Pharma. Masakit nga lang is they get fouled, pero hindi pa rin sila nakashoot ng free throws.
5 that we have on the floor here para sa panig ng Grace Goodfellow Pharma. Patterson Go. Alan Tan sumusubok, sumundot, and he's going to be called for his personal. Another offensive rebound. And then Arthur Tew, another floater and another basket.
Offensive rebound by Jasper Go, and then giving it up to Arthur Tew for that floater down the lane. Those offensive rebounds, extra possessions, those are killers.
51-25. Floyd Ong missing. Ganun talaga, one shot at a time. Jasper Go, short.
Siya naman daw ang sumubok at pumuntos after getting that offensive rebound earlier.
Alan Tan. He has to earn his 2 points from the line. Tough mama. Nobody's tough like mama. Makes the first.
Alan Anson-Tan, 9 points, 4 rebounds.
Spalding is the official ball of FCAAI. This has got to be the lowest output ng Goodfellow Pharma in their campaign dito sa FCA. Sa halftime.
So 23-point output sa half.
Kaya nga, di ba? Christian Luanzon against Dexter Kuan. Christian Luanzon goes for the long two. Back rimmed his shot. Here comes Ron Lim. Can he control? Yes. Dexter Kuan. Jumper. Won't go. Talagang isang tira lang. Walang offensive rebound.
You're all crashing the boards from the bigs to the guards. Yun nga, Patterson mo siya ang nakakuha ng rebound dun.
And every shot is being challenged. Patterson Ngo. And he's fouled. Alan Tan will pick up his second foul. It's Chloe Dong and Joey Dada talking to each other. Still trying to figure out how to overcome this big deficit that they are in. efficient in almost everything, even the free throws.
Doing a really good job of controlling this game, dictating the tempo, and changing the narrative of that loss against Xavier School.
Albert Chua gets away with a layup. That's his first 2 points in the game. 53-29. Shot clock is down to 8. There you go, Christian to one song. It's down to 3. It's down to 2. He fires anyways. Pumasok pa!
Right in the nick of time for Christian Luanzon.
The 10th 3-point shot made by St. Stephen. They're shooting 10 of 18. Grabe lang percentage nun, about 50 yun eh.
The Christian Luanzon. You like the aggressiveness that he has here in the ball game.
And what happened here to Alex Lau? Let's take a look once again. He gets the pass. Nasundot ba sa mata or something?
I think natamaan siya ni Patterson. Yun. Pagka subok niyang mag-swipe upwards.
Galing pa sa likuran eh. Talaga may tatamaan eh. You're not so sure. I mean, you just swing your arm like that upwards.
Parang uppercut na rin yun eh. Pero hindi nga lang close face. With yung from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Parang gano'n. It's okay.
Kaya magkakakilala naman itong lahat eh. But they just checked. Baka excessive yung contact. They call it as a regular foul. That's what I was also wondering before. Regular foul. So ibig sabihin merong special?
Mami leche flan.
With ube on top.
It's an ice cream.
This is really an agony in trying to hit outside shots. Alvin Lim gave it a try earlier. Samantalang ito, the likes of Christian Luanzon, titira ng 3. Well, he did not get it that time. Kanina, yung mga paubos pa yung shot clock eh, no?
Deflating yung gano'n.
Na-inspired yata lahat kay Nino Emilio kanina.
Nakita nila,
sa first game. Jefferson T. Jefferson T. Grabe!
Kuha pa doon talaga ng tapik.
Nose for the ball. Siya na tumira eh. No? Alam niya nga naman kung saan lalanding yun eh. Kung sablay o hindi. Pero he was there. And then of course,
Arthur Chu from Jasper Go. It's the passing, the ball movement of this St. Stephen squad.
Not only that, Arthur Chu, double-double, 14 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists.
What a great game for Arthur so far. Third quarter pa lang, dadagdag pa yan.
And then the turnaround, Christian Luanzon with a miss. He's got 13 points and 7 rebounds. So naunahan pa ni Arthur Chu si Christian Luanzon for a double-double. Charles Albert Chua wanting to be aggressive, but he's fouled. Si Jefferson T. Nandun na naman sa shaded area. At the genius assist of the game. And they have been patient. And basically, it's like they can read each other's minds. Just move. Makakarating sa'yo. Gumalaw ka lang, makakarating sa'yo yung bola.
There's just that cutting with a purpose.
Yep.
Making sure that hindi ka patakbot, paikot-ikot lang dyan.
58-29 is our count. It's Alvin Noel Lim checking in to replace Alan Tan. MEC empowering people through technology. That time, very rare na makakuha ng offensive rebound. Oliver Lau putting it back in.
Parang nagkaroon parang 3-point play doon.
Kaya nga.
Good fellow
Reverse.
PHARMA, oo.
Shot clock winding down. Pero parang with all intents and purposes. Unable to make a basket. That's an offensive rebound by Arthur 2. Jasper good. Natapik yung bola. Shot clock is down to 7 right now for St. Stephen SCAG.
It's 39 rebounds compared to 22.
Malayo eh. Disparity, di ba? Imagine, when you talk about rebounds, those are possessions that you have. Air ball for Christian Luanson that time around.
Had to put that one up. Shot clock was winding down.
58-32. Look at this. 3.5 remaining and only 32 points for Grace Goodfellow PHARMA. Charles Albert Chua, the scoop, it's short. Christian Luanson grabbing another rebound. That's his 8th. Jefferson T. Hesitation that time around for a little while. Jefferson T from the corner. Offensive rebound.
Lawrence Mo.
Papasok lang eh.
Oh, getting that offensive board and the stick back. No one there to box him out.
Lead is 28 already para sa panig ng St. Stephen. Hala talaga. But they managed to get an offensive rebound. Charles Albert Chua. 2 Alvin Lims already on the floor here para sa panig ng Grace. Albert Chua, 3 to shoot. Albert Chua going inside. And Oliver Lau was able to get away with a layup and to beat the buzzer.
Nice spin move by Oliver Lau inside.
Oliver Lau with his 8 points. And then Albert Chua. Walang bola. Quick hands. Arthur 2. It's Jefferson T. Christian Luanson against Oliver Lau. Gets double teamed. There's a foul.
It's nice to see Christian Luanson being assertive and having that knack to score that ball here in this game.
It's a usual thing for him. Dito ang pinapakita na St. Stephen, this is not a Christian Luanson thing.
Yun.
Diba? He may be their main guy. Now na nakaupo si Christian Luanson, let's see. It's Albert Chua. Alvin Lim to Albert Chua. As they go inside. Oliver Lau. So dito natin makikita, walang Christian Luanson ngayon sa loob. Anong reaksyon ng Goodfellow PHARMA?
It's a good test of team character to not have your main guy and trying to get some offense from different players. Well, they have been doing that, pero Christian Luanson would be inside. Siya yung magiging catalyst. Pero ito ngayon, wala.
15 of 27 from the line for Grace Goodfellow Pharma. Arthur 2. And then the handoff inside. Look at that.
Drive and drop to Ace Lee from Arthur Chu.
Abang-abang lang si Ace Lee doon sa ilalim.
Ganun kaganda yung move at saka yung pasa ni Arthur Chu.
Yun nga, Arthur Chu, double-double. Tapos meron siyang 4 na assists. He goes for another 3. Let's see, over the back. Foul called on Ace Lee here. 62-34. Penalty pareho.
That's going to be free throws for the side of Grace Goodfellow Pharma.
Ito naman yung free throws. Yan pumasok for Oliver Lau.
16 out of 28 now. Yeah.
2 for 2 at that time. 10 points for Oliver Lau. 62-36. Oops! Sakin bola. So turnover.
Yeah, over and back for St. Stephen's High School.
Oliver Lau, mid-range, won't go. Grace Goodfellow Pharma plan. Albert Chua.
Nice ball movement. Getting some points from Alvin Lim. That one, Alvin Noel Lim.
Wow! Naagaw, yun lang. That's the end of the third quarter. And still protecting a big lead at the panic ng St. Stephen's SCAG. Arthur Chu having his way. It's like whatever he puts up, it goes right down and through the net. Samantalang kanya kahirap umiscore para sa panig ng Grace Goodfellow Pharma. Ito nga, like sa Christian Luanson, knocking down those threes. Yung three-pointers pa rin nila, ang main weapon nila, even at the end of the third period.
The night opens up to those who open up to it. The spontaneous, the curious, the unexpected. Open up to your new best memories with Tanduay flavored mixes. Drink responsibly.
Powerhouse Tools, established in 2009 by Hop-Sui Hardware Company Incorporated, is a trusted provider of high-quality tools and equipment for professionals and enthusiasts alike. With a diverse product catalog, Powerhouse Tools is committed to delivering reliability, durability, and performance at competitive prices.
Your ideal life starts today with Smart Postpaid. Get more data and only 5G. And more entertainment with Netflix on Us. And a new Max Mobile subscription included. Starting at $9.99. Subscribe now.
Down to the final 10 minutes of this ball game. And St. Stephen's SCAG really having their way. It's like when they took the lead, wala nang lingon-lingon sa likod.
Di takot sa ano?
Sa ano?
Sa gas price hike. Todo-todo.
Speaking of that price hike, mukhang malaki-laki na naman. Over 1
Meron na
peso na naman, yes.
Itataas or ibababa?
Itataas.
Aray.
It was close in the third quarter, pero look at how it happened in the first 2 quarters.
Got 22-10 in favor of St. Stephen's High School. 25-13 again, St. Stephen High School. Pero yun nga, 17-15 nung third. Ay, nakapuhunan na.
Nakapuhunan na.
Itong St. Stephen's High School.
Jomar Albino playing for the first time here in this ball game as their point guard para sa Grace Goodfellow Pharma. Here he is. Shot clock is going down. 3 seconds remaining. Off-balance shot. Uy! Yun lang kuminsan yung ganun eh, no? Just keep at it.
Ron Lim with that shot. Look at that. Following it. Getting that offensive rebound.
Grabe, si Jefferson T talaga eh, no?
Nandun sa loob. Ikipagbakbakan with the tall trees.
Sa multiverse, most probably he is a center. In another universe. It's feeling it. Andun lang siya talaga sa ilalim eh, no? So out of these people here sa panig ng Grace, si Jomar Albino lang ang new player that they have on the court. The quick turnaround, that's a miss. Ron Lim almost losing it. He recovers. Jomar Albino. What have they tried basically para rito sa Grace, Coach Anton? Dalawang point guard, sinubukan na nila yan. Nagsubo sila ng dalawang malaki.
Yun. Well, it's really more of the fact that they stuck to what their game plan is. They tried to pound it inside, which is what their strength is. It's just that nakaka-adjust talaga yung St. Stephen. And they were ready for what Grace Christian College had for them. So, minsan kasi mahirap rin ipilit talaga kung ano yung gusto mo na hindi gumagana. So, you gotta find some ways or other ways to be able to get some points on the board. But also, you have to credit ang St. Stephen. Grace may be trying yung 2-point guards or yung mga shooters nila, linabas nila. Eh, maganda lang talaga yung depensa rin na pinakita ng St. Stephen. So, give credit where credit is due. Great game para dito sa St. Stephen so far.
It's like the question, what adjustment did they make after losing to the hot shooting Joseph Yo, the Xavier?
Ito, sumagot sila by showing that they can also shoot that 3 ball.
Yeah.
And for sure, that's something new that they've added to their offensive set, to their offensive schemes. Trying to get those 3-pointers. Kasi remember, first quarter, Franklin Lee, back-to-back 3-pointers kagad yan. So talagang yun yung set na dinesign nila na play. And those were both on the left corner. Kumbaga, gumana once, inulit nila. Gumana pa rin.
Franklin Lee, papasok lang ulit. And let's see here. The runner. Yun pa isa nun eh. Parang napapatingala na lang itong Grace. Not being able to react, to try to come down with the rebound. And just before the reaction, nakashoot na itong St. Stephen. Jomar Albino with the basket para sa panig ng Grace Goodfellow Pharma.
Just quicker on the ball, quicker reactions for the side of St. Stephen's.
Is this also like sending out a message? Di pa nila nakakalaban yung wasyong eh. St. Stephen.
Oh. Could be. Just to let them know that we're gonna compete with you.
Oo.
Sabayan kung sabayan.
Sa mga size, ano, halos pareho to, I would say, di ba?
That's that bump.
Jefferson T. Another offensive rebound. And then another three.
Jeff Ong. Unlikely nagagawa. Like Jeff Ong didn't play in their last game. Pero ito, got that offensive rebound and that putback. Kasi ito, a three-pointer.
At least pwede niya kung sabihin, wala kasi ako eh. Kaya tinalo kayo ng ano eh. Ng Xavier. Ganon eh, no? I'm sure they're going to be having a lot of fun talking about this ball game. Yung comeback nila after matalo sila.
You see that break, 4 players from St. Stephen's kasabay ni Christian Luanzon. Mananalo ka niyan kung ganyan yung mentality ng teammates mo, no?
They really want to bounce back with a bang. Christian Luanzon, that's only his second assist here. Nevertheless, indeed, he is up 30 right now para sa panig ng St. Stephen. Everybody's getting into the act of scoring. Jiangnan timeout. JJ Chu and the rest of the guys, of course, still playing catch up, but how possible is that going to be with that time remaining and that big deficit? 30 points, MEC empowering people through technology. Siguro Coach Anton, ma-check mo na nga kung kailan ba yung Washong tsaka St. Stephen.
That's a great matchup that we're all going to be looking forward.
How soon is soon for that to happen?
Washong and St. Stephen. Ito na. That's going to be on the 21st of May.
Wednesday next week.
Mark your calendars. That is a marquee matchup of two of the top teams. One 6-1 and one 6-0. May game ba before doon ang
Before Wednesday? Kung sakasakali by Monday?
Wala. Parehong makakapahinga. Oo, pahinga nga sila. Grabe. These guys are going to be ready to go on the 21st of May.
Christian Luanzon with that turnaround. No, Jefferson T. Mas malapit, sobra. Hindi nakakalibrate eh. Dapat 3 eh.
Dapat 3.
Patterson going to Christian Luanzon. An open look for the 3. Back rimmed his shot. And that's going to be a loose ball foul na may tatawag laban sa St. Stephen SCAG.
It's going to be a Ryan goal. Pero prior to that foul, 3 attempts to try and get some points on the board.
Ito labasan na ng mga key players yata. Christian Luanzon nandyan pa rin, ha? Cantigo elevate the game with Cantigo Sports. Pero, I mean, not to discredit anything, but syempre nagre-ready yan eh. How you can handle 4 quarters, especially when your next assignment is Washong. Diba? The undefeated team. James Yap and the rest of the guys there.
James Yap and the gang.
Yep. Kaya ganun eh. Paghahandaan talaga.
you're going to try and get your game reps, that game speed.
Summit official drinking water of FCAAI.
Yun na nga, like what you mentioned, Christian Luanzon, nandyan pa, yun na, pinahinga ni Coach
Pinahinga
Gold.
na. Sabi ni Coach Gold, pasensya ka na Benji, hindi ko napansin.
Si Alvin Kagalingan, pinasok.
Yung Arthur Teo, no? Double-double eh.
Double-double. 14 points, 15 rebounds.
Yes.
Kapa, 5 assists. All-around performance.
JJ Chua.
There you go.
And his bucket. And to be honest about it, this is basically just utilizing some of the players who are not really seeing a lot of minutes for their respective teams.
The ones who showed up today.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, sige, papawis na lang din kayo. Sayang naman.
Si Jefferson T, no? Deceiving yung look. Nakakatakbo, mabilis eh.
Mabilis,
Diba?
maliksi. Oo. It's like when you think about it, si Jeff T. When he was younger, he was probably slimmer. At maliksi siya. And now that he gained some weight, yung speed nandun pa din. Imagine maybe 20 years ago, 25, panahon na to. Probably a Spitfire guard.
Tsaka mukhang natural na sa kanya yung outside shots niya.
Oo.
Nandun na talaga yun eh, no? But everybody basically did their part. As we take a look at another look sa ating Commissioner's Row, they were expecting a real close ball game here between these two teams. There was even a time na yung Wasyong, itong Grace, itong St. Stephen, sila yung mga nasa itaas eh, di ba? Chankay, di ba?
Chankay is, of course, nandyan pa rin yan.
Yes, of course.
Pero, yun nga, itong Grace, yan yung parang inaasahan natin na we were expecting them to be up there as well.
2 minutes and 41 to play here. This is already a one-ball game for St. Stephen. What a big comeback after losing to Joseph Yo. Joseph Yo.
Tuwa talaga tayo dun eh. Ginawa ni Joseph.
Yun naman yung nakikita nga natin para rito sa Alumni Association Xavier School. Acro City Zeus. When Chris Chu played, they won. When Joseph Yo played, they won even bigger. I wonder what's going to happen on Wednesday. Who else is going to show up? Pero hindi pa nagkasabay, di ba? The previous game, Joseph Yo showed up. Si Chris Chu was out of the country. And that's something to look forward to this coming Wednesday.
Ang next game na ito po against Chiang Kai-shek
ng
Xavier. We're talking about Xavier.
Yun din. Something. Iba pa rin yun, ha?
That's gonna be on the 19th. So, just imagine that.
So parang it's like every game day is going to be exciting. Ito na yung mga malalakas.
Ito na eh. Nagkakatapat-tapatan na sila.
Sean Ko against whoever will show up for Xavier. Di ba tayo sigurado eh, no?
Hindi pa nga.
Pero siguro after that performance of Joseph Yo and Chris Chu, they're really itching to get back on the court eh.
Remember, I talked to Joseph after the game. Sabi nga niya, nakita ko kasi si Chris, ginanahan ako.
Kote mo,
di ba? Siyempre nga naman, paano ka ba naman di gaganahan?
Sabi ko lang sa kanya, nabitin pa ko. Sabi ko, 44 points yung pinakamalaking puntos dito in one game eh. Si Sean Ko.
Sean Ko. Ito, sakto, magkakatapatan sila.
Yan.
So that's gonna be a good barometer, a good test.
And yes, St. Stephen will go up against Washong. So next week is going to be really exciting for Fil-Chi Athletic Association Incorporated. Again sa lahat po ng eto, like yung Lasherie where beauty meets wellness. Ayan, lalo na bukas Saturday. Yeah, pamper yourselves. Go ahead. Diba? Check it out.
Me time yun eh.
Yan, yeah. And as for this one, it's going to be learning again para rito sa panig ng Grace Goodfellow Pharma. Dunhill D finally. Pero kasi syempre maluwag na yung depensa, and yes, Dunhill D was actually one guy that we're expecting to heat up, especially from long distance.
And there was one game Dunhill D did not miss.
Yeah, tama, diba?
Alala mo yan eh. It was perfect. He had 15 points or 18 points, like 5 3-pointers, something like that.
Like he did not miss,
did
really.
Not miss, did not miss in that game.
JJ Chua at the line. 82-54 is our count here. Just a minute remaining. Minsan yung mga team, pag kinalit mo dahil tinalo mo, no? Yung balik, ang kawawa yun.
Yung next team.
Yeah.
Yung next team. Sa'yo
Next
mapapagbalingan ka ng
assignment,
galit.
yun. Ganun yung nakita natin dito for St. Stephen.
And finally nga si Coach Gold umupo na.
Oo.
Umupo na ng tuluyan.
Pero kanina, maaga pa lang, ha? Even in the first quarter, nakatayo na, no? Si Coach Gold.
He wanted to be able to get this win. Bounce back win. Tawag.
And not just an ordinary bounce back.
Emphatic. A resounding victory.
Si Jefferson T, parang, ba't niyo ako nilabas? Bitin pa. Well, everybody have basically a nice feeling coming into this ball game para sa panig ng St. Stephen.
JJ Chua. Nakakuha pa ng pasa doon underneath.
Ito naman Grace, ano ba susunod na assignment naman itong Grace? Goodfellow Pharma. So dalawang sunod na talo.
So magpapahinga sila ng mahaba-haba, and it's gonna be against Chiang Kai-shek. Oh, so yun, isa pa. Chiang Kai talagang pukpukan ng mga laban.
Second away, and St. Stephen's SCAG, really the bounce back was real big at the expense of Grace Goodfellow Pharma. 84-56 our final score. Hot, deadly shooting from the outside. That was the start of it, and all they need was just, show up, and everybody getting into the act. Christian Lumonson is one guy that they could really rely on. But there were others who also showed up in this ball game. For one thing, Arthur too. Even Jefferson T also had his ways. Jasper Go. Those players who really made a mark here in this ball game. 84-56, that's how it ended. A big win for St. Stephen's SCAG. Pinapanggit na natin, everybody in the same page.
If we're gonna talk about everybody, one person stood out the most, hitting those 3 balls, driving to the basket, getting those shots in the lane. Mga pa no, biglang yes. But again, steady on offense, but also on defense, getting those defensive rebounds. getting those offensive rebounds. Arthur Chu, there you go, our triangle tires for life. Best player of the game, 14 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists. So a complete ball game for Arthur Chu.
And eto, ang huli nating presentation sa kanila yung mga numbers na ito, Coach Anlo.
Look at that. 36 points in the paint para dito sa St. Stephen SCAG, just asserting their dominance in this ball game, not to mention those 57 rebounds and 41% field goal percentage. So talagang this game was gonna go to them because of those statistics going their way.
They made it convincing and they got the big win. Ang ating PG Flex Linoleum key matchup, 12-6-1 para kay Alan Tan and Christian Luanson. Still managing another double-double, 17-10 and 2. And the most important thing is getting a big win. So when we come back this coming Monday, ito nga yung mga titingnan na natin kanina mga advanced schedule natin dahil ang Wasyong makakasagupa pa rin ng St. Stephen. Sila yung 1 and 2 currently. And Chiang Kai-shek, hindi naman yan papahuli. They're in for a big battle, I do believe, this coming Monday. At ang Xavier, things are going up and looking good for them.
That's who they're going to go up against, ang Chiang Kai-shek. St. Peter the Apostle 4-2. Ang Grace will fall to 4-3. Uno 3-4. St. Jude Catholic School 2-5. Ang Tiongse 2-6. At Shanghai Philippine Chengkwang 1-6. At ang Westminster at 0-7.
How was your weekend so far? Sa kalan po ni Coach Anton de los Reyes, sa naman po si Benji Santiago. Have a nice weekend, everyone, and we'll see you at the ball games.
Hindi aabot ang data! Nice!
Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more.